Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is going to be my detailed breakdown and install of the Rugged Ridge Fender Flare Kit, available for your 2009 to 2014 F150, excluding all flare sides and Raptors. In this breakdown, I plan on talking about some of the benefits of installing an aftermarket Fender Flare like this kit here from Rugged Ridge. We'll talk about what this specific option is going to bring to the table as far as construction and materials. And lastly, guys, we'll cover a brief little overview of the installation process. Now, there will be the smallest amount of drilling needed for the front fender flares to get in place. Rears are simply bolt-on, so I am still going with a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, a strong one at that, but nevertheless, we will have some more detail later on. So who is this kit going to appeal to? Well, on the surface, anybody who likes fender flares, right? But let's take things a step further. The all-terrain kit here from Rugged Ridge should be a great choice for the 09 to 14 truck owners looking for 2 inches of additional coverage to maybe help cover a aggressive wheel and tire package. You like the look of those included hardware or the included rivets, and last but not least, you prefer to keep things in the middle of the road when it comes to price. Now, personally, I feel the biggest reason people want to check out a set of fender flares is, yes, they look cool, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but more importantly, to add some protection or coverage for the sides of their truck from dirt, water, mud, snow, or whatever. Now, this is even more problematic if you have a set of aftermarket wheels and tires with an aggressive offset. And you guys know what I'm talking about. The wheels and tires tend to stick out the sides of the truck a little bit. I have it with my F150. I think it looks really cool. However, the moment I hit a puddle with dirt, mud, or snow, or whatever, the sides of my truck are just instantly trashed. So that, I think, will be one of your biggest reasons for checking something like this out. Moving even further though, some local laws dictate that you can't have your wheels and tires stick out the sides of your truck without being covered up. So if that is your situation, then a fender flare like this will be even more appealing. So how are the Rugged Ridge all-terrain flares going to help you in that regard? Well, I already told you, right? These things are giving you up to 2 inches of additional coverage, which should be enough to cover up even the most aggressive wheel and tire offsets. So I think this will be a functional modification first and an appearance mod second. Some of you guys might disagree with me, and that's perfectly all right. And for you guys disagreeing with me out there, you have a strong case because yes, I agree with you. Adding fender flares like this will make a substantial impact to the styling of your 09 to 14 F150. You're getting some extra width, so in my opinion, you're making the truck a little wider and giving it a little bit more of a muscular stance, in addition to adding just that off-road look with an aftermarket set of flares. So even if you're not interested in these things from a coverage or a functionality standpoint, you can certainly look forward to an appearance benefit here as well. But sticking with the appearance a little bit more here, guys, I think adding to the appearance with the Rugged Ridge option is, of course, the included hardware, otherwise known as the fake rivets, kind of going around the edge of the flares themselves. Some people might dig this look, others maybe not so much. I typically think this one goes 50-50. Listen, if you're not a big fan of the fake hardware on the fender flares, there are some smooth options available on the site from companies like Barricade or Bushwhacker. Check those out if that is more your style. Now, if you are a big fan of this look, you're definitely in luck here with the Rugged Ridge options. They do include the fake hardware, or rivets as we like to call them. They are all made from stainless steel, so that's pretty cool. You won't have to worry about the rivets rusting up on you or discoloring over the years. Getting into the actual flares themselves, yes, you will be receiving 4 flares here, guys, 2 fronts, 2 backs. I know I only have 2 on the table with me, but these things are pretty big and my table is not. In addition to the flares, you are receiving all the hardware and all the other good stuff needed to get these guys in place on your 09 to 14 F150. You're looking at a durable automotive grade ABS plastic for the build here, so if you thrash your truck off-road, you smoke a tree branch or something like that, you shouldn't have to worry about these guys cracking on you because they are pretty tough overall. They do ship to you in this matte black, and it has been treated with a UV protection, so if you choose to leave them in this matte black, you're not gonna have to worry about these things fading or maybe getting a little ashy on you over the years. And with that being said, these things are totally paintable, guys, so if you're not really digging that big contrasting color between the black fender flares and the particular color of your truck, you can always have these things scuffed, primed, and painted to match your rig just for a more factory-like appearance. Now let's briefly talk price, guys, here, and I did mention earlier that these will be a middle-of-the-road option in the rather large world of aftermarket fender flares, and that is the case. In fact, mid to high $300 price point is what you're looking at here, which I think is pretty reasonable overall. Look, you can spend a lot more and go with a bushwhacker option, and you can even spend a little bit less and check out a barricade option if you like. But for the price, you're getting a very well-made fender flare here, which is backed by a pretty appealing 5-year warranty. But let's switch gears and talk about the installation here with the Rugged Ridge flare kit. And as I talked about earlier, guys, there is the smallest amount of drilling needed just to get the front flares in place. But don't let that scare you away from tackling this install, as it's really not that bad. I'm sticking to my strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, maybe a couple of hours from start to finish to get the flares in place. Now, I'm not gonna run down step by step the install process, because honestly, Rugged Ridge includes some very detailed instructions, including full color pictures that will help you with this job. However, what I will tell you is you're gonna need an assortment of sockets along with a ratchet, a couple screwdrivers, of course, a utility knife, that drill, and a 1/4 inch drill bit, along with an Allen key as well to help you install the included rivets to the fender flares themselves. Now, the only time, again, that you will need a drill are for the front fender flares, but it's 2 holes per fender well, really not visible whatsoever. So again, don't let that scare you away from this product. Other than that, guys, you're looking at a basic bolt-on job. It is a little tedious because honestly, installing all of those rivets will probably be one of the most time-consuming parts, because there's a bunch per each fender flare. But again, follow the detailed instructions that Rugged Ridge throws in, and you should be good to go in a couple of hours from start to finish. So while there are a lot of options out there in the aftermarket flare world, I think Rugged Ridge sticks to a recipe that works with their particular all-terrain kit. By going with 2 inches of additional coverage, they're giving you the quality stainless steel hardware, and they still manage to keep the price pretty reasonable in the land of aftermarket flares. So guys, that is my review of the Rugged Ridge all-terrain flare kit, which you can grab right here at AmericanMuscle.com.